Hello, my name's Patrick Cormier, and I wrote and illustrated this book, Curse of the NugNugs, a camping story. I had a great time writing it, and I hope we can have a great time reading it. Let's go inside, I'll lay it flat on a table, and we'll get started. Curse of the NugNugs, a camping story by Patrick Cormier. That's me. We've got some pine needles and some pine cones, a few twigs. To my favorite NugNugs, Kate, Nathan, and Leanne, thanks for your inspiration and patience. Also dedicated to every person who has made a brave trip to the outhouse in the dark. Well done. Kate, Nathan, and Leanne are my family. Let's get started. One time I went camping with my family. We had this nice campsite under a big tree. After flapping and raising and pegging some tents, we had a new home in the woods that made sense. Then, in the dark, I sat by the fire. I was yawning a lot, but could not quite retire. It was past time for bed, but I had to go pee. Flashlight in hand, down the trail I could see some pebbles, some rocks, some bushes and trees. I was kind of afraid with some shake in my knees, but I got to the outhouse and sat myself down. I hoped to myself that some bugs just might drown. Oh, looks like there's a little creature down in the outhouse who's afraid they're gonna get peed upon. They're saying, eek! There's the dark path leading to the outhouse. Ooh, it's still quite dark looking. Finished my business, I stood up and got ready to return to my tent with a walk sure and steady. Scanning ahead with the help of my light, I was happily nearing my cozy campsite, but after a rustle, a shuffle, and shout, from the side of the path, some wee creatures leapt out. They were small like a chipmunk or really big frog. With eyes strange and glowy, they emerged from a fog. I saw big ones in back. They were looking quite scared. I saw small ones much closer, and they seemed prepared. The smallest of them just stood right at the front. They silenced their followers all with a grunt. Those ones in back do look a little bit scared. And that one at the head is quite small. We are the NugNugs of twig and of tree. Now that you've seen us, a curse there must be. You were supposed to be sleeping in bed, but you went and discovered us NugNugs instead. Yes, we are short, but the night is quite long. Sleep now, lest you hear our cursed NugNug song. That doesn't sound good. Oh my. I was stunned and confused as this mad NugNug spoke. Was I just dreaming, or was this a strange joke? Their edges were soft like a wee smoky cloud, but their eyes were still weird, and their voice was quite loud. They were stamping their twiggy feet, telling me stuff. As they spoke their last orders, they kept acting tough. Oh, I love googly eyes. Go back to your tent and snuggle on down. You'd best do it quick, or for sure we will frown. You get to sleep ere we count to nug-teen, or you'll be as unhappy as you've ever been. We will come and start singing our cursed NugNug song. And believe me, my friend, you will not sing along. Wow, that sounds bad. What? What? I said to the voice in the dark, but the NugNugs were gone like a campfire's sparks. I collected myself and continued back home, zipped the door of my tent and looked up at that dome, silently hoping I might fall asleep. I tossed and I turned and I tried counting sheep. Huh. Look, sheep. 8 sheep. Nug-teen, I kept thinking. What number is that? I've got bumps under here and the ground isn't flat. I'll never get snoozing while feeling all wrong, and I don't want to hear that cursed NugNug song. Too late, whispered someone right next to my ear. Nug-teen has elapsed, and the NugNugs are here. Sure enough, wispy figures had entered my tent, confusing me more with wee smiles that they sent. As more and more of those eyes gathered round, they all began singing a wild nug-nug sound. It was low and felt ancient, as old as the rocks, and I swear I could feel it from forehead to socks. Yeah, look, some of the nug-nugs are smiley. Higher sounds started with waves tumbling ashore. Then bees in a meadow, but wait, there was more. I heard wind in high branches I could feel on my face, and the sweetest of bird song all over the place. It was like all of nature, one beautiful chord, and I got very sleepy even as my heart soared. Next thing I knew, I awoke with the dawn, well rested, but finding the nug-nugs had gone. Hoping to re-hear that great nug-nug sound, I stepped out of my tent to see this on the ground. Forgive us for playing our little curse prank. For that song and good sleep, you have nug-nugs to thank. Nice little smiley face. If you should go camping and end up in the dark, in the deep of the woods of some special big park, I hope you encounter nug-teen nug-nugs there, and remember this tale should they give you a scare. Because though they look angry and talk pretty tough, when it comes to those nug-nugs, I just can't get enough. Looks like our kid left a message for the nug-nugs. Thanks, nug-nugs. The end. And these are just a bunch of pictures that I used to illustrate this book using my computer. Thank you so much for reading my book with me. It was super fun. So much fun I might make another Nug Nug book. But for now, thanks again, and I'll see you later.